So welcome to the Capula podcast, Ultimate Exchange. I'm Leanne Barrow and I'm the Resource Manager at Capula. Today I'm joined by Richard Parnell, an experienced hardware engineer, and we're going to talk to him about his journey moving over to Capula. So Richard, let's start with your experience and your move to Capula. So if you can tell us a bit about what you'd done previously to your...
Okay, yeah. Well, hi Leanne, thank you for inviting me along. So like many, I did a 5-year apprenticeship. I was lucky enough to do some work experience, and off the back of that I was offered an apprenticeship with day release to uni or college, depending on the course I was given. Since then I did 5 years in control panels, full MCCs, etc. The unfortunate thing about that was, although the apprenticeship was very good, we were told by the end of the apprenticeship we would have to look for other forms of employment, as the company wasn't big enough to sustain the amount of people coming in.
Right.
So it gave me a very good grounding in the control panel business, but I wanted to learn more. So when I finished my apprenticeship, I was eager and keen to learn what happened outside of the control panels, the control equipment, how the cables were laid, how the instrumentation was configured. So that then led me on to my journey to learn and develop more. So I did whatever courses I could possibly get hold of. So AutoCAD electricals as I was moving towards design. I did a senior approved persons course for electrical safety, a site manager's course. I just wanted to know all aspects of the role so I could be the best engineer I wanted to be.
Excellent. So Richard, what made you join Capula then? Was there a particular point or a particular thing that stood out to you?
So, like most people, I did my research. So I looked online, looked at the company profiles, I spoke with like-minded engineers within the industry and got a good rapport. I was actually offered 3 different jobs at the time of joining Capula, one of them actually being the directorship of the place I did my apprenticeship. Another one was very much in the industry I was used to. I have a very similar role to what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to take the challenge. I could see that Capula was a forward-facing company. It was developing, and your involvement, you would grow and develop the company with it. So for me, that level of input, and that made it the right decision for me.
Excellent. So changing companies and making that transition after you'd had a particular period of time with a current company, how did you feel about that transition?
The transition was a lot smoother than I anticipated. There was some really good onboarding practices going on where, well, let's go back a little bit. Even from the interview processes, I did the first one via Teams. I then went on to the second interview in-house. We had a look round. Obviously, I was familiar with control panels and control systems, but the industry was very different. But looking around at what Capula had to offer, I was prepared to take that jump, that element of risk, shall we say. But I haven't looked back.
Excellent. For someone like yourself at that point in your career, it can be a really difficult change.
It is, and again, a change of moving industry. So although we're producing the same equipment to a different standard, to a different industry, and what was keen with the work that Capula were doing, it wasn't like the water industry before, where it's 5-year amps and you've got to chase the business, move companies to chase the work because of the framework agreements. With here, you could see that you'd got that long life of projects, etc., moving ahead. And I thought, I'm ready. I can make a difference.
Excellent. So Richard, thinking about then your previous history and the companies that you'd worked in, how does Capula differ in terms of culture?
Again, the first thing you notice with Capula is it's a forward-thinking, forward-facing company. It develops and embraces, and the people joining Capula make that difference for it to grow and develop into the future. So even though I've been with the company for now 2 years, the company has changed, it's developed, it's grown within those 2 years. And it was something that I found so refreshing compared to other places that I've worked. Yes, so you've got various support groups and forums that you can join and learn and develop in. The whole PDR process the personal development reviews, and the monthly one-to-ones to help you grow and develop, because it doesn't matter at what stage you join this company, you've got the opportunity to grow, develop and better yourself.
Yeah.
And that is something that I have very close to my heart. As I've explained before, I always look to be the best of an engineer that I can be.
And I think culture is so important as well, because we spend many hours at work and we want it to be a nice place. We want to enjoy coming to work. So culture is very important.
Exactly.
So thinking then of your journey and how you found everything, how would you recommend Capula to other engineers who are currently thinking, is the move right for me?
I would say do your research as I did. Get involved with have the interviews, the first interview, the second interviews, ask the questions. It's a two-way process, and that's what I liked about Capula's interviewing process. It's as much about you being right for us as them being right for the company. And again, if there's any questions that you've got, it's the same for everybody, I believe. You come out of an interview and you go, oh, I wish I'd have asked that question. Yeah, you can contact the HR or the agency that you've come through, or even the people that were part of that interview process, because you will have their email address. Ask the questions, get the information you need, and ultimately do it.
So that wraps up our podcast, The Ultimate Exchange, today with Richard Parnell. If you are interested in talking to us about our engineering opportunities, please go online or on LinkedIn, look at what we've got available, and we'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you. Bye.